Hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. So I'm still sick, but it's time to do week 2 of Project BattleStation. So this week, rather than talking about motherboards, which is the next logical topic after the CPU, because you do need to make sure that your motherboard is compatible with the CPU and vice versa. Oftentimes, I mean, if these two aren't compatible, then everything else you do makes no sense at all. But as I mentioned in my channel update video, we're going to talk about monitors first because this is actually an upgrade that I want to do right now before I actually build out the system, because monitors are pretty well compatible with almost anything. And right now I have a, let me look it up for you, it's an HP 2711X monitor, and it's 27 inch. This is exactly what I have right here. Doesn't say HDMI in the corner. I don't know why that one does. But it's a pretty good monitor. It's very thin. There's only one problem with it, and that's that it's not designed for wall mounts. You can't actually see the back of it from here, but it's not designed to be mounted on a wall. It's not designed to be mounted on an actual monitor mount or anything. It's pretty big, and the native resolution is 1920 by 1080, so it's really good. But the problem I'm running into is that when it comes to like Twitch streaming, which is something I plan on doing more and more often now that we have the, I'm going to be doing scheduled streams with like subscribers and stuff, is that I need a second monitor so that I can play in 1080p and then still have the ability to see chat. And also it makes it a lot easier to do things with the scene selection, like having overlays and, you know, scrolling text stuff on the video and all that nonsense. So this was pretty expensive when we got it like a year ago. My wife kind of splurged. I think it was like my birthday or something. She got me a pretty fancy monitor. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm kind of disappointed that no matter what I buy, it's not going to be the same, and I don't want to have two of these because, again, it can't be mounted, so it's on the desk. But I might just want to pick up like a mountable monitor and just set it to the side. Ideally, the best case scenario would be to just get two new monitors that are the exact same specifications and have them mounted next to each other. But then again, that might be too much. So before we dive into the actual monitors, I do want to acknowledge the people who have helped out. Really appreciate this. In fact, some people have become very generous. So this is just, you know, it's just the way I'm tracking it. In the last video, I didn't want to mention anyone's, you know, their full name, but the more people contribute to it, the more and more I realize that, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that person's name? I mean, you can't do anything. I mean, that person knows, you know who you are, Fernando Costa, but no one else does. There's hundreds of people with that name in the world, so these are the people who contributed. Thank you so much for supporting it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So far, we're up to $330.92. I put in another $100 this week. These are the people who've contributed since the last time. We have Henrik Stordal, $50. That's actually so far the largest contributor. Sheng Ho, $9.99, and these people, if it's $9.99 or like the $4.99, I'm adding them into. These are the people who are doing the monthly subscription thing that you can do over at Arumba.tv. So these people have subscribed here. You know, they just decided that they wanted to support the channel just on a recurring basis, and they deserve to be acknowledged too. Definitely, for sure. I mean, they've been doing this. Some of them have been doing it for months, so I want them to, you know, I mean, they're helping out. So the money, anything that they're contributing, I'm using it for this project. So there's Sheng Ho, Valentin Birchtold, $9.99, Stephen Godfrey, Fernando Costa, Devin Wells. This is tough. Like, hopefully they don't have difficult to pronounce names, but I'm gonna do my best here. Devin Wells, Jenny Pellinen, Mark Vanot, Eric Shepard, Jeans Anderson, Darren Taylor, Mark Vanot. Ooh, Mark Vanot's on there twice. Oh, interesting. Well, I think that we should probably just take his, and add them together then. Look at that, he actually... 11.10 and 11.4. Very nice. So I should... What was that? 9.98? Whoa, no. 9.98. There we go. Because I want to have... Because otherwise it'll show his name on there twice. So this just makes more sense. Alright, so Mark Vanos, 998, sweet dude, awesome. Darren Taylor, and then Dominic Maddox. So there we go. Thank you so much once again. You're helping out with the project, making it bigger and better and awesome. So on to this week's topic. So I have the three systems that are built here. There'll be links in the description if you want to look at it. We've got the good build, better build, and the best build. We talked last week about the processor. I got a lot of really good feedback about the quad-core AMD processor. Basically, it seemed to me like there was a real big division in the audience. Some people think that AMD is crap. Other people say that it's totally fine. Honestly, it makes no difference to me. My processor's my graphics card is an AMD graphics card, so I don't have anything against AMD. I don't really have any preference. But just based on the overall feedback, I think I'd probably stick to Intel. Which makes me think that maybe I should reconsider this being the choice for the good build. Probably the good build would just be the processor that I have, because it's like the slightly tuned down version. It's the i5 3.4 quad core, I think. But this one, it's interesting. So having these parts and putting them together, you can see like this one's actually come down in price since the last time we talked. This one's actually gone up slightly, just briefly. But with Cyber Monday coming up, who knows? Maybe I can pick out a piece a little bit early. Anyway, on to monitors. So for secondary monitor, I want to have 2 monitors. The very least, I could just keep the monitor that I have. But I'd like to have 2. 3, I think, is superfluous. There's really no reason for it. But 2 is just, I need to have 2. Specifically for streaming. I like the 16:9 aspect ratios. I don't like 16:10. 16:9 is what gives you the nice, good quality stuff that you see on YouTube, like 1080p and 720p. So 1080p, when you see this 1920x1080, they're talking about the 1080 is the width. Or sorry, the height. Sorry, it's the height. 1080p. 720 is actually 1280x720. That's 720p. But that, if you look at the ratio, is 1.77, which is 16 divided by 9. So you want to have, if you want to do 720p and 1080p quality videos on YouTube, the best way, the best like size for your screen is going to be something that's a 16:9 dimension. So we're going to restrict the aspect ratio to 16:9. LED backlight I like. I don't remember if there's a difference really what it is. I mean, I know that the one I have right now is an LED backlight. I don't care about any of that crap. I don't know what this stands for. IPS. Well, let me know. Built-in speakers. Don't care about that. Just say no. I don't want to pay for something I'm not going to use. Actually, we'll just leave it on and maybe we'll restrict it later. The response time, not a big deal. Recommended resolution. Now this is where I'm kind of curious. Like, I wouldn't mind having a secondary monitor that's actually a smaller resolution, as long as it's 16:9. Because, you know, it doesn't have to be the same size. I suppose if I really wanted like a BattleStation, I'd want both monitors to be the same. But, I don't know. That's just the recommended resolution, of course. You can always do other resolutions. Brightness, I don't really know exactly what that is or what my current one is. Is there a measurement here? That's the dynamic contrast ratio. Somebody who knows more about monitors, I sure hope you're watching and you'll comment to tell me how important brightness is. See, like the argument for having 2 monitors that are the same is that you won't have 2 monitors that are different brightnesses. I know that that is important. So we've got we've got one restriction. Size, I don't want to go bigger than 27 inch. I don't want to have, I mean, I just don't. So let's restrict it to everything that's smaller than that, I guess. I have to check off every single box. And you can actually go quite large, but I don't want another monitor that's like bigger than what I have right now on the desk. That would be crazy. I don't want a 7-inch, that's crazy. So we'll just say, yeah, screen size is in this range. Brand, don't care. Companies, just use all, it's fine. Don't tell me it undid that. Good. And then ratings, probably again, we'll just restrict it by, it needs to have at least 3 stars. I do have Prime membership, so that affects things. Include mail-in rebates. I don't like to include mail-in rebates because I have like a 99% chance of forgetting to do the mail-in rebate. So, all right. So it's got one of my parts lists opened. Size, price. See, like I don't want to even consider things that are this expensive. Why are they so damn expensive? Because the screen size, probably. Samsung is a brand name that I'm pretty familiar with. Again, brand doesn't really matter to me though, as long as it does what it's supposed to do. I would probably be looking at like getting a cheaper version, just like, you know, something like this. Like, there's nothing wrong with this to me. It's got some good reviews. It's only $100. It's 1920 by 1080. It's 21.5 inch, so it's smaller than what I have right now, but that'd be fine. On the other hand, maybe I should try to find a 27 inch that I could mount. Let's just look at this one for a second. Maybe we can... oh god, that's a lot of money for a monitor. Where can you tell if it's mountable? I mean, I know you can take off the base, usually, but... I don't know. I feel like a monitor is just a good long... That's like what I want. I want 3. 2. I just want 2. But I want them to be the same. I know that I want to have them ideally with like the small little edge. That edge to be small so that there's not a lot of gap between the two screens. My current one's about 1 inch, it looks like. But this is tough. This is tough for me to like actually make decisions on the fly about the monitor. I guess give me your feedback, what your thoughts are. Is it better to have another one that's 27 inches, since that's what I have right now? Should I maybe just go with 2? Just get 2 new ones so that they're guaranteed to match? You know, like, I could see picking up 2 HP LV3, whatever this thing is, and just paying $200 for 2 of them that are guaranteed to be the same size and shape and all that. As long as it's something that could be mounted. I think that, like, having one of those mounts that comes up from the table and then gives you the two things to the side, like, would be best. A double mount. Let's just see if we can find that. Amazon monitor double mount. Like, so you can see what I'm looking at. Not a wall mount. That's not what that's not what I want. Stand desk clamp. Yeah, something like that. That's more like what I'm looking at. That's a really small picture. But it would look kind of like this, and then you can actually put them so they're right next to each other. I'd be looking at something like that. Yep. So I'd be looking at a monitor that's got the ability to do that kind of mounting in the back. And if it's possible, I mean, I could just use a single mount and keep the current monitor. But that is the plan. That's what I'm looking at for this week. So I want it, and I'm actually going to be making this purchase like really soon, probably next Monday. Today is the 24th. We've got Thanksgiving on the 28th, and then Cyber Monday will actually be the 2nd of December. So I want to make that purchase then. So, okay, well, I did not actually pick 3 monitors to consider, but you know, let me know what your thoughts are. I just want one monitor. It doesn't even matter. So if somebody has any good feedback, you can tell me what I should do here. And keeping in mind that I've got the HP 2711 by 27 inch. I would appreciate your feedback. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this process that we're going through together. And in the next week we will be talking about the motherboard. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you again soon.